Good morning. Cindy here. It is the 5th of May and it is time for my May garden tour. Everything is doing wonderful. We've had some nice rains. The temperatures are in the 70s right now. So this is the perfect time if you see something in my yard that you like to get out to your nurseries, try to find them and get them planted before we start reaching the hundreds. That's not going to be very far off. All right, and one other thing, I want to thank all of you who have come out to the Hill Country Water Gardens Nursery and introduced yourself to me. It has been so nice to meet you. I really appreciate seeing you and learning about your gardens. All right, so let's get started with the tour. And I think you're going to like some of the new things that I have found, some of the new knowledge I have gained at the nursery. All right, let's get started. So starting on my front porch, I have these beautiful dragon wing begonias. They need to be in full shade, so they appreciate the front porch shade. And this is Kimberly Queen. This is a really cool fern. I've had her for years now, and I just put her in the garage. I cut her back this year, and so she's only about a foot tall, but I don't know if I will do that again because she sure has taken a while to bounce back. But I put her in the garage every year, and I don't have to buy a new fern. And there is her matching uh, sister right here, and another begonia. This is angel wing, so she gets a little bit larger leaves. And then coming off the front porch, I'm going to try to walk backwards, see how that goes. The left and right in my black urns, I have supertunias. So this might be like magenta. This, this, the bubblegum variety I had last year was a lighter pink, but these seem to be darker. If you don't have any supertunias, you really need them. They love the sun and they stay beautiful. They are a hybrid of the petunia. So the old-fashioned petunia could never handle this kind of sun, but these can. The only problem is you can never let them dry out. They don't bounce back if you ever let them dry out. So you got to keep them watered. And then in front of that, I have some giant liriope. I moved those up here from another location. I have some really cute coreopsis. These are new, and there are some in this planter, but the supertunia has taken over all of the plants that are in there. But this is a nana coreopsis, so it's like a little dwarf version. And all in here is ajuga, my favorite ground cover. This ajuga is chocolate chip, so it's got that chocolate color to the leaf. And these were great all through the winter. They're somewhat evergreen. And back there is a perennialized dianthus. So if you don't know about the perennial dianthus, make sure you go and find some. There's two kinds of dianthus. The ones you find over in the annual area do not make it back every year, but this one does. It's just a great plant. And then another fun plant is this creeping phlox. And in the spring, it gets covered with purple flowers. And if I slowly pan, there's another one here. Look at those pretty purple flowers. And the ajuga also had more purple flowers on it, but it's kind of dying back now. The purple flowers are usually, in March, but the ajuga makes a great ground cover. And amongst the ajuga, I have some salvias. So I have purples and whites in here. They get about 3 feet tall. This one is Augusta salvia. And then behind there are some purples. This one is Henry Dulberg salvia. That one got chopped, so it was kind of flopping over. Whenever your salvias start flopping over, chop them in half, and that will thicken them up, and they'll stop flopping over. And then if I get further back, I have evergreens. So these are abelias. This is the Rose Creek abelia. They get about 4 feet tall. I do keep them trimmed. And these are twist of lime abelia, and they try to get about 3 feet tall, but I keep them sheared. And right in front of my evergreens are these coneflower. They are just about to start blooming. I think they're mostly purple. There might be some pink in here, but there's one over here that's blooming. I just love them. And they reseed, they come back every year. So I'm very excited. And then over here is a Henry Dulberg. And then here is Shasta daisies. And they'll be blooming a little bit further into the summer. But my Shasta daisies are really spreading so much that I'm going to kind of move some of these to other locations. Evergreen, they stayed like this all winter long. And then on this side, more Shasta daisies and more of the twist of lime abelia. And here is the star. This is Mystic Spire salvia. Look how quickly she's bounced back. A month ago, she was completely dormant. There was just a brown couple of sticks down there, and now she's all up and looking fantastic. And she'll fill this area very nicely. I am going to chop her in half, bring her height down so she can thicken up. Last year I had trouble with her falling over. These blossoms get so heavy that the whole plant, the stems start breaking. And this is new. This is agastache. Aren't these cute? I wish I'd gotten 3 of them. I should have another one right there. But this is the cutest little orange flowers, agastache. And this is a smaller variety. I know there's agastache that get taller, but I just love these. And here at the very front of the house, I have a row of lantana. There's yellow lantana. There's an orange lantana. And these are going to get about 2 feet tall and 3 to 4 feet wide. And all across the back of the house, all the way across, I have some new foundation plants, more abelia, just so I can have some evergreen. This is fall aster. So this is a nice little green shrub, but in the fall, it's going to be covered with purple little daisy-like flowers. It's really, really cool in the fall. And then here is another lantana. This is the bandana series, and I think it's really pretty. It's got pinks and yellows. And then here is just a volunteer lantana. When lantana get in your yard, you know, they're great. I highly recommend having some, but they do kind of spread themselves around by seed. And this is May Night, and this is a little salvia, and I have 2 or 3 in this garden, and they put up a purple spike flower, but they're just now getting started after dormancy. And then here I have nothing, so this needs something. So whenever I find holes, it's fun to put in something new. Here is Callilophus. I had 2 of them, but one of them didn't make it back. And this is a airy little plant with yellow flowers, and this should do really well this year. And then right behind it is another Mystic Spires. This plant is just gorgeous. It's going to get really big. It's already almost 3 feet tall. It'll get 3 feet wide, and it'll have these really nice blooms. They get a lot thicker than that as they progress. And in a pot here, I have Kalanchoe. And this is one of my favorite succulents. This is super tough. It's got these really thick, tough leaves, and it can handle the sun. This one is pink. So if you don't have any Kalanchoe in pots, this is really good. Now, it doesn't do well. You can't overwinter it outside, so I do put these in the garage. Now let's go over to the front. Let's take a look at my Vitex tree. So this is going to get about 10 to 15 feet tall. I do need to cut out some of the suckers down below. I do not want this to be a shrub. I do want it to have the tree form. So I need to get to work cutting out those suckers. And it's just about getting ready to bloom. Let me get close. You see those pretty flowers? It's covered with those all through the summer. So it's just a great little ornamental tree. Stays fairly small. You can fit these into most yards. And then right in front of that, I have my really ugly electrical boxes. And so I have put in Nellie Stevens holly. This is a really tough evergreen shrub. This is year 3, and they finally are taking off. So if I get back, they're just about tall enough to cover the electric boxes. It's taken them forever. And sadly, you have to leave space for them to work, or I would have put another one right here. But anyway, I'm really happy with the progress of my Nellie Stevens holly. I do have to water them. I don't have any irrigation out here, so I do have to hand water them. And just, not very often. They're pretty drought tolerant, but I just want to make sure they make it through the 100-degree days. And then out here I have an old Yopon holly, probably 15, 20 years old. I've got my fabulous yuccas. This is the red yucca that puts out an orange bloom. I just love these. There's another big one. Been around for a long time. I never water them. I think they're just beautiful. Just look so pretty out here in my rock garden. There's a littler one. Here's another one. And then here's a big old Texas sage. I usually cut it down just a little bit. It's time to do that just because I don't want to completely block out the house. And way over here, I do have some lantana trying to come back. And here I have a Yucca rostrata. Just love her. And I also have something new. I have a Pride of Barbados in yellow. This is brand new. And instead of having the orangey flowers, this Pride of Barbados is going to have yellow flowers. So I can't wait to show you all that when she blooms. I also have a few trailing purple lantanas. They usually look really good. And these little shorty things here. They're just now getting started. They do go dormant, but they are covered with purple flowers and they trail around. And look, this is new. This is Zexminia. I planted her at the end of the year last year. She went through the winter and now she's back up, and this is going to be really a nice shrub, 2 feet by 2 feet, covered with yellow flowers. Very drought tolerant. I shouldn't have to do much watering. Okay, well that's the tour of the strip out here by the street. These are some more trailing lantanas. So I hope you get some good ideas from watching my front yard tour, and I have a lot of other wonderful ideas coming up in the backyard tour. I'm posting them both today, so make sure you watch them when you have a chance. My daylilies are in full bloom in the backyard. I have a beautiful oak leaf hydrangea that's blooming its head off. My pollinator garden looks wonderful, so make sure to come back and watch that. Please leave a comment below letting me know what you think that we all need to be planting in our gardens. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.